Hi, this is Robin with Art and Gifts, and I thought today I'd try to play with some alcohol inks. I saw a video by a lady, I think it was Gilly on Rainbow Lane was the website or the YouTube page, Rainbow Lane, and it was from quite a few years ago. One was like 8 or 9 years old, and the other one was like 4. So I don't know if she's still around. I hope so. She's very easy to listen to and taught very well. So I have, these came in a pack of 3, and these are by Ranger alcohol ink. And I also have this pack. I got it at Joann Fabrics, but our Joann's closed, so I'll probably get them at a craft store or, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, probably even Walmart or other local stores. So this looks like it's purple, lake blue, and pink. And the 3 I had before was another blue. I don't see a name on it. It looks like an orange and a green. So this is just a piece of tin foil. She said usually you use something called Yupo paper, which I think is a synthetic paper. So it's slick, and this is tin foil. And what she did, she kind of covered this, just drops and blowing, and then this little bottle has rubbing alcohol in it, 91%. And then at the end she did something with metallic paint, so I have some gold and some silver metallic paint that she went over the ridges with this. So I crinkled this paper up and smoothed it out again. And then I got these at Walmart, and they're little bezels, and I think it has a glass piece on it and a chain. So my thought is, let's see what's in here, that I would make designs and then cut them out and put them in these bezels. Oh, this is cool. It has a template here. So I don't know if you could see it's clear, but then I can cut these out to the right size. Maybe you can see it better on that. Can you see it's like a template? So then I can cut these out and hopefully they will fit in these little bezels. It looks like there's 4 of them. Oh, here. This is also a, oh, you know what? I think these are some kind of sticker that you put on top after you put it in the thing. But this is the template. I hope you can see that. Maybe I have something dark. Maybe on this blue. Can you see that that's a plastic template so that I can do the sizes? Anyway, it's going to be a fun experiment. We'll see how it goes. So what she did was she just did drops all over. And then sometimes she blew on it with a straw. Well, she had a photography puffer thing. She said you could use a straw, but sometimes the straw, you have to make sure you don't inhale it. Apparently there's fumes here that you don't want to breathe, so I do have a ceiling fan on. Let's see if I can blow it a little bit. Alcohol ink is supposed to dry pretty quick. I've seen some videos where people make these gorgeous flowers and stuff, but you're just supposed to kind of drop and play. She said there's no real wrong way to do this. I do have my table covered with plastic tablecloth, and she recommended gloves, so I'm going to put some gloves on. Better late than never. She said this will stain your hands. figure out which way it goes. All right, some purple. The blue and the pink already kind of combined and made purple, so that's kind of pretty. She said it's going to look like a mess, but when you take the template to find the different areas, it actually is really beautiful. And you can layer these. This looks like it's a little more aqua than the other one. I wonder if you need to shake it. I think I want a little more of the rose in there. And then she said if you are doing this on paper and there's little gaps where it didn't go, you can use a Sharpie pen that sort of matches the colors. Yeah, I can get that fragrance now. It's, whoo, it's a little strong. So then she said you could spray it with this and it does something. And she said you could tip it so it runs. She also said if you put Yupo paper under this, the ink that goes underneath, you can also use it in crafts. So I don't have any Yupo paper. I've heard you can use photography paper. It's also slick. Or I've heard you can take like a higher quality a printer paper and put Mod Podge on it, like a thin layer of that, and it also makes it so it can take the alcohol ink. It is making puddles and stuff here. I wish I had another piece of, I have this piece of plastic that came off flowers. I wonder if I could work on that. She actually dropped flicked rubbing alcohol on, so it made like, I don't know, I think it pushes the color out so you get different effects. It's very dark in some areas. I really like the blue. If I can get some more blue on here. I really don't think I want the green and orange on this particular one. I'm not going to put them on. So then you just let this dry. Don't know if a hairdryer is effective on this. It's supposed to dry pretty quick. Just make sure your caps are on tight because it'll evaporate. Yeah, I'm glad I wore gloves. Look, I am covered with this stuff. The other thing I saw her do is she just took a glue gun and she made shapes over a silicone map, different shapes that are, she made two because she was making earrings, so she'd do two that were kind of similar, but just kind of blobby shapes. And then she did the alcohol ink on it and used a punch called a crocodile, and she made earrings into them, and it kind of looked like glass, but they're very lightweight, she said. So that was kind of interesting. This has just got to dry. I wonder if you can get like a stained glass effect with this stuff. Wonder if I can use this for something else. Just put some here and there on this. These caps do not go on that easy. Purple, orange, and green might be some kind of interesting for Halloween. It's making mud here, making a nice mud color. Well, yellow and purple are opposite on the color wheel, so they would make sort of a muddy color together. It's a good way to make a shadow color. Alcohol ink isn't cheap. I should just stop doing this. Oh, look, see? Can you see how this rubbing alcohol made like little bubbly things? That's kind of neat. Didn't show up on the tin foil, but it shows up on this. Anyway, she just did a lot of layering. She did a lot of tipping, a lot of blowing. I can see jellyfish and spider legs doing this straw stuff. Anyway, just playing around. This is supposed to dry very quick. I don't know. It still looks wet to me. But when it's dry, what you're supposed to do is take some metallic gold, little puddle, and this is still damp, so I don't know if it'll work. She just used her finger without the gloves, but since that ink is still wet, she just kind of pounced it, and then these ridges are supposed to catch the gold. You can see what I'm doing, but I'm just very lightly brushing, and the ridges, the high ridges, because this is crinkled, catches the gold. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't know if you can use alcohol ink with resin, But if I covered this with UV resin and gold looks so good together. It really makes gold pop. Can you see what I'm doing there? This might have been too thick, but I'm just lightly brushing those ridges. I'm not pressing down, I'm using very light pressure and just trying to go over the ridges. Can you see how the gold picked up on the ridges? And normally you would wait till this whole thing was dry, but since I'm doing a video, I'm just faking it till you make it, right? And then you could also do silver. I think because these bezels are gold, I wouldn't use silver, but I just wanted to show you what the silver might look like, because you can get these bezels in silver as well. And since this is on tin foil, I think it would look kind of neat. I got too much on there. I think you could do this with any kind of metallic color. Well, I think it looks better with the gold. So we're going to let this whole mess dry. And then I'll do a second video of putting it in the bezels. This is just taking longer to dry. I don't know if that's because it's on the tin foil or I put it on too much. I've never really played with it before. But then you're supposed to take these and you just find spots that look cool. And I think you could do earrings as well. Alright, I'm going to take my glove off and turn this camera off. I don't want ink on my camera.